and welcome to another Three Kings Cast album review. Today's album, actually mixtape will be the collective ProEra's PEEP The aProcalypse.
The aProcalypse.
This it just came out less than weeks ago.
ProEra PEEP The aProcalypse.
Yeah, it's PEEP The aProcalypse.
It came out on the aProcalypse.
Yours didn't say PEEP The aProcalypse.
You sure did.
No, it's the PEEP The
Yours said PEEP The aProcalypse?
PEEP The aProcalypse? Yeah, you did. Anyway, PEEP The aProcalypse ProEra mixtape review. First impressions.
It's not apocalypse because they put pro in it.
Yeah,
so,
no, but it still had an A on it again.
But anyway, moving on. Okay, there's no pro in it. It's just apocalypse. Moving on.
My site was faulty. First impression,
all right, let's get our first impression.
That damn line.
It was dope. Yeah. Reviews and LimeWire. Anyway, it was a very dope project. Unfortunately, as most of you know, if you don't know, Capital Steez ended his own life a week ago. Yeah. So unfortunately, we won't see the fruits of this album for one of the members, or this mixtape for one of the members. But it was a very good mixtape from beginning to end. It had a lot of really good tracks. I enjoyed the production. Of course, they can rap their asses off. It wasn't just Joey BadA.
Yeah.
It was all of them, Capital Steez, all of them rapping their asses off. So
CJ
Knight, Nick Caution, Chuck Strange, Ala Soul,
Chuck Strange,
all of them can rap.
Pretty much.
Jesse Hines, all of them can rap.
Yeah, all of them can rap.
So first impressions, they killed it.
Yep.
Killed it. First impressions for this kid, Steppin', they killed it. From the top to the bottom. Everybody came out there. They kept their classic. It's like you take Joey BadA's 1999 and you add whatsoever many members in, and they all come at it with different. It's like Joey BadA hit a diamond. And it just fractured and gave you all these different other little styles that are kind of just little fractures of him. And not to say that they don't all stand on their own, because it's still strong as shit. It's hot, but this is just killed it off the top. I listened to this over and over again. It'll be forever on the iPod. Taylor.
I mean, it's a dope project. Like you said, from beginning to end, it's a dope project. Like, here's the thing about the production. Yeah, they kind of stayed on that 90s vibe. I kind of feel like you look at, I think, kind of near or after the middle and to the end, the production kind of varied a little bit and had a little bit more. It was a little bit more bass heavy towards the end, and I kind of like hearing that. Like, I think one of the songs produced by Thelonious Martin, and another one's by Lee Bannon. So it's a little bit more bouncier towards the end. I think it's the second to the last song. I like that song a lot. I forgot the name of it, but like I said, they're all they're spitting on this mixtape. Like pretty much everybody in the ProEra, which I've heard on this, can rap. Pretty much. Like there's nobody who's whack now. Where they can hold their own, the entire project is to be known. But as far as them being whack, there's no whackness.
Very true.
There's no whackness. There's no French Montanas in here.
Lyrically, everybody's on the point. Is what you saying?
Yeah, true.
Taylor.
And again on some, like I remember on one song, like wait a minute, did Kurt Knight just wash Joey BadA? I believe he did. So yeah, yeah.
What did you think about the lyrics? Oh, my bad, Taylor.
No, go ahead, I'm done.
From beginning to end, they were all spitting there. There's a couple times where some people get Joey BadA. Capital does one or two songs. Yeah. They all, they all can rap. There's not a single person on here who can't spit. And I enjoyed the album from beginning to end lyrically. There was not a weak rap song on this.
And you know what I want to say? Like, I like the whole, think about the whole crew. It's like, I like and people are gonna just kill me for this, what I'm about to say. And I don't know if y'all gonna agree, but it's just what there's sort of that Tribe Called Quest kind of feel with the crew.
Yeah. Neo kind of, yeah.
I'm not saying
the reason, and I get why you're saying that. But I think a lot of it has to do with the production, the way they produce their tracks. Not so much they're rapping like Tribe, but the way their production kind of.
But even but saying just like you said, it's a combo between the production and just the way they vibe with each other inside the track. It's like and the movement, like it just reminds me of that whole Tribe Called Quest, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So,
okay. You know what they remind me of as a collective, and like the way they rap on, like they kind of remind me of like a younger, greener version of like the old Tribe Called Quest, leaders of the new school type thing going on here. Like I think it's I don't think
there's anything wrong with that. Yeah,
that's not. It just reminds me of that.
Yeah. I thought lyrically, that they I like the point that Ben brought up, and that Taylor, you did too, kind of, is the idea that Joey Badass at times was over Eclipse. And I agree with that statement, but let me add on to the statement that I think the Joey Badass in this whole collective was super smart in not trying to. They could have made it a PR move for Joey Badass to be the best on every track.
They could have.
And no, they can take that out. You gotta re-rap that, bring that out, calm it down, But Joey Badass is smart enough. This collective is smart and strong enough together that they're like, nah, everybody's good here. Everybody's gonna be highlighted. There's tracks I think Joey Badass isn't even on, So I think it's a strong, cohesive. I think that's why you get your Tribe Called Quest vibe from it.
Yeah.
Because nobody's trying to necessarily, they're all trying to be the best, but you can tell that Joey Badass could have made this all about himself.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I kind of get
about the crew.
Yeah.
Is it like I get? That's why I get this. Tribe Called Quest, Lizard of New School. Scenario type vibe with them. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of vibe I get with them.
Yeah.
And some people are calling them.
And sorry, people, that's what happens when you take a Bluetooth headphone set out. It starts playing music that was on it. I apologize. You were saying production-wise, Taylor?
No, but what I was saying was like a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people say, young people, this it's the new Wu-Tang. And I see why people would say they're from, just because they're from New York and there's a lot of them and they rap doesn't mean it's the new Wu-Tang. Like, calm down. Like this.
Yeah, I would put Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang was a whole nother beast. It was a whole nother. Exactly. It was a whole nother beast.
Another thing.
Production-wise.
No. Not even
a whole different style of production.
Not even, but see, it's production and it's vibe. Like it's not the same lyrical
even vibe.
It's not.
They're way more cool. They're way more laid back. Wu-Tang was aggressive.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, they were more abrasive.
Like, compared to Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang is in your face. Woo-ha, kind of not. Well, that's not good, but that's they kind of had that vibe though. They kind of had that. 36 Chambers was like grab you, shake you. You were in a kung fu movie with rap.
Exactly.
That's kind of how they did it.
Wu-Tang was this street. It was this street story, kung fu, drug lord, just cluster. You know what I mean? Like, not
something.
ProEra is far more mellow.
ProEra is
rapping, having fun.
Even refined. I would say refined even. It's more, they sat down and they really worked this out together. Wu-Tang at times, it's just chaotic. Nigga, you put your shit together, I'll put my shit together, we're gonna make this shit pop.
But see, like, ProEra is a bunch of 16 to 19, 20-year-old kids rapping about what they know, but they're doing it really, really well.
Yeah. There's some messages in there though that they do well.
They are.
Even, there's a lot of maturity in that group, I feel like, in context. Obviously, I'm not saying, they're really talking about the what's happening today, but there's a lot of maturity, even when they're talking about, his girlfriend, a cat's talking about his girlfriend on that. It's nice how they put it together lyrically. But the production-wise, Taylor.
Yeah, dope project, like, what's the one song with the Method Man sample? F a rap critic.
F a rap critic.
Yeah, you talk about it, and I like that again.
Static Selector brought his A game in this whole project.
That song reminds me of a Tribe Called Quest. That song reminds me of that Tribe Called Quest sound. Like it just reminds me of. I don't know why. It just reminds me of Tribe Called Quest. F a rap critic. Vinyls is dope. Vinyls is dope. High School, Bun and Cheese, Interlude 47.
Yeah, Bun and Cheese like fucking hell.
That shit, the Bun and Cheese was hard.
Bun and Cheese.
So I mean, like
the Renaissance.
Yeah, like this, the project is dope. Like here's the thing: if you're one of these people, and if you are one of the people, you're probably not going to be watching this review anyway. If you can't get with this type of production, you're not going to like music. So don't even like. If you need those trap beats in your life all the way down from front to back, if you need those produced by Beat Billionaire beats from 1 to 20.
Lex Luger.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna do Lex like that. But yeah,
right, you're right.
Okay, how about this? If you need those made by Mike Will beats from top to bottom.
Mike Will made it.
For people who can't rap, but yeah. Pretty much.
Alright, so Ben, what'd you think production-wise?
I agree with everything you said. It had a nice mellow song to the production. It was very well produced from start to beginning, to ending. There's not a really whole lot of low points in the CD at all. If they used a sample, it was necessary. It wasn't just some random ass sample in the background just for effect. It was just a dope CD from beginning to end.
All right, so you heard what I said about production-wise. Beautiful. So I'll go ahead and come in with my overall score. I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna give it I'm kind of overthinking stuff. I'm gonna throw it a 4.5. I'm gonna throw it 4.5. This is really, you need to get this. It's a mixtape, so you ain't gotta pay for it. So you need to have this in your life.
If you I
give it that 0.5.
Go ahead.
I give it that 0.5 because you guys are Taylor, you're on to something. You're right. He does need to, just like with the 1999 album where Joey Badass was on his own, he's gonna have to show us outside of that sound, I feel like. Yeah. I feel it's only right that he at least, just on a mixtape. I'm okay with him doing an album where I'm the retro guy, the retro the neo guy. I'm cool with that. But I would like to see that group, because they all have that same kind of like cool back style. I would like to see some different kind of production. So I think they're going to give us I think they deserve that 4.5, because lyrically and production wise, they're all very efficient with the inside of that jazzy retro sound. So
I'm saying, if you're not about that kind of sound, that kind of sample driven, sample jazz.
You're right.
Rhythm type music. And again, and if you're more in the chorus heavy driven hip hop, you're not gonna like this because a lot of the songs don't have that kind of chorus. Like they're spitting on the whole song. Like if you don't like people who spit or people who aren't just basic as I'm balling like the Lakers, whooping a rollie all through the year. You know what I mean? You ain't one of those kind of guys. Like, exactly. Whoa, chill out. But yeah,
all right, score it.
I'm gonna give it a solid 4. I'm gonna give it a 4. Dope. Like
I'm going to give this.
There isn't a bad, like you've been said, there isn't a bad hip hop song on this tape.
I'm gonna give this a good solid 4. Like I said, nothing bad. Can't find any real negatives to this tape. It's great. The only negative is not even on the tape is the fact that Capital Steez died before we got to see him really.
Because Capital Steez is dope, man.
Dope as hell.
Yeah, his mixtape, his own mixtape. y'all haven't heard it,
what's it called, Ben?
Illuminati, I believe.
Yeah,
I might be completely wrong. I'm looking at
Taylor will make sure he puts it in the
I'll link it
in the comments or description.
That mixtape is dope, but it's unfortunate that we will never be able to see what he came out to be. But this is a dope mixtape, so it's a good song for me.
And I seriously hope like Joey uses that as motivation, like he like grows into his own, you know what I mean? Cause like Capital Steve was like, he was very much his Fife to his Q-Tip, you know what I mean? Like just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was there.
That kind of dynamic, you know what I mean? That go together, but you know, like.
Fuck, even if you take that out of the equation, Capital Steve was damn near being the second blow up in that group.
Yeah, he was.
I was reading some articles around him after this happened. Like he was getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
He was getting a lot of, the idea that when you got that, just like a TDE or something, when you got Kendrick comes over, like your Joey Badass comes over, Capital Steve's like he was primed to come over strong and make his own impact.
Like I'm saying, like Cap can rap his ass off. Cap would throw and the same thing with a guy like Kurt Knight and CJ Fly. Both of them, I don't think CJ Fly is as good as Capital's. I think Kurt Knight may be better than CJ Fly, but I think Kurt Knight may be. I think Kurt might have been number 3, if maybe 3 or 4
regardless,
out of the. I know what you mean.
Capital Steves will be greatly missed. For the 3Kings, when you're into lyrics as much as we are and stuff, it's a big blow. But that's our idea of this. Obviously, strong reviews from left to right to left, however you see this. Check it out. I did also Google up the name of this album, and it is PEEP The aProcalypse. So cool about that. Feel good.
I
don't know what you're looking at.
I feel good about what I said. So I'll be glad to show you guys it when you see the title of this video. This is stuff. I'm
actually looking at the album art right now. It's PEEP The aProcalypse. I'm looking at the album art.
PEEP The aProcalypse. Right. I'm not gonna say Joey Badass ProEra. ProEra. PEEP The aProcalypse. Mixtape review. We'll be at y'all next week with our next reviews, and we'll be back to doing anime reviews next week and some more discussion topics. So, gonna have that definitely coming at y'all. I'll hit you with those links. Hit us up at Twitter accounts on the page. 3KingsPC@gmail.com. Hit us up. Leave any kind of comments. Go ahead.
Before we leave, I have one question.
Go ahead.
Where my comfort girls at?
The Django.
I just want to know where my comfort girls at. That's all I'm saying.
That's all he wants to know. Where his comfort girls at?
Peace. We got their video, dude.
Where the contour pillow females at? But yeah, 3 Kings Podcast. 3 Kings Podcast. PEEP The aProcalypse review. All right, we out. Peace. See y'all later, man.
Peace.
3 Kings.